What's up?
What's up? We're live.
Welcome to Monday Cinema Club. It's just a few minutes late today. Sorry.
Few minutes, 5 minutes late.
What's up?
What's up, y'all?
I'm Dante Bosco.
I'm Alice Rahmatullah. For my Uyghur fans,
Yes.
yakışımsızlar bizim kinokulübümüzü kendine karşılamız. For my Chinese fans, 大家好了，欢迎来到我们的电影俱乐部。For everybody, what's up,
What's
y'all?
up? And today
And
we're
for
celebrating Latino Heritage
Latino
Month.
Heritage Month.
And
¿Qué
so-
pasó? ¿Cómo
Hola,
estás?
what's up?
Hola,
I see people from
hola.
Peru. What's poppin'? I saw someone today from Peru. It passed by so quick.
Oh my
What's
god,
going on?
that's a lot of people.
Nathan, what's
up,
poppin'?
y'all?
For you, Jaden, Sneaker Honey, what's going on?
Darlene.
Darlene from Stockton.
Nima.
That's rough, buddy. What's going on? Young Saint Nick.
What's up, Brendan?
Bangarang. Yo.
Zach Shane.
From the Netherlands.
Alex.
Hello. It's a lot going on. Peyton
What's
Ness
up?
is here. So check it out. We are back. This is Monday Cinema Club. For people that don't know
What Cinema Club
what
is.
Cinema Club is all about, is every Monday me and Alice talk about a movie. We drop it the week before so people can watch it with us.
Watch it.
And then, if you
Not
watch
watch it with us. Watch it separately.
Watch separately, but watch it
Discuss with us.
collectively with the group of Monday Cinema Club folks, and we can discuss it on Mondays. And so we talk about it, then we bring people in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a book club, but it's a movie club. And
Yes, and then if you guys missed our streaming yesterday, Sunday, 5 p.m., we did streaming on Pop Shop Live. It's for animation.
Yeah, we
So
watched the first
oh my god, this is
episode
my
of-
first time watching it.
yeah, we watched the first episode, the pilot episode
Pilot
of Avatar: The
episode
Last
of
Airbender.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. So we did watch it together. That's like watch it at the same time with the fans and with the rest of the people. It was amazing. And
Yeah,
then
people all over the world. I see people from Ireland. Shout out, I see Colombia in the house. Colombia, what's up?
Colombia.
And yes, the food looks delicious.
Delicious
in
in
the
the
movie. You got
movie.
this. I just made some homemade guacamole dip. We have empanadas here. There's empanadas in the celebration. Whoa! In celebration of this movie. So we are
Celebration.
going in. There's so much to unpack about this movie, and we have people all over the world. Shout out to Italy. Shout out to Colombia, Netherlands, Massachusetts, Durham, South Carolina. What's going on?
Everybody.
Botswana. Joanne, how you doing, Joanne? Shout out to Botswana. So we're up here, but we're talking right now about
Like water.
Latino.
chocolate.
The movie we watched last week is called Like Water for Chocolate, and it's coming out of Mexico, 1992. Break down the movie. You know, I'm gonna write down here.
1993 actually. It's
1993?
directed by Alfonso Arroyo. And the youngest daughter in her family, the beautiful Tita, is forbidden to marry her forbidden to marry her true love,
Okay.
Pedro. Since the tradition dictates that Tita must care for her mother, Pedro weds her older sister, Rosaura.
Rosaura.
Though he still loves Tita. The situation creates much tension in the family, and Tita's powerful emotions begin to surface in fantastical ways through her cooking. As the years pass, unusual circumstances test the enduring love of Pedro and Tita.
Yes, so there's a lot to unpack in this movie.
Lot
Yo,
of
shout out
packs
Brazil.
to movie.
So damn, let's talk about this movie. Let's talk about this movie. I'm gonna start eating
The
chips. You
movie
tell me what you
started-
think. Tell me what you think about the film. Tell me what you think about the film, and then I'm gonna go in, and then we're gonna bring other people in that watched the film.
The movie started in 1992. I mean, they shot it in 1992. Published. It's based on the novel book, published in 1989. And first time in Mexico, novelist Laura Esquivel. It's earned a lot of awards. Pension, Golden Globe Award for Best Foreign Language. The film became the highest gross foreign language film ever released in the United States. That's huge at that time. So the film was selected as a Mexico Century for the Best Foreign Film at the 65 Academy Awards, but was not accepted as a nominee. However,
Was it?
No. But the budget was $2 million. They made a box office approximately $22 million. So the movie starts with a Spanish lady. Latino lady. She's
Mexican
in the Mexico City. In Mexico. So they giving a birth while she is chopping an onion, and then she give a birth, and that like the whole dialogue that started. And then the baby crying, the baby on the top of the onion, chopped onion. So that's why this baby is very sensitive with the onion. And this whole story is slowly start with the story of a lady giving a birth on top of the kitchen table with the onion chops.
Crime.
It's like very.
It's like super surreal.
Intense.
One second,
happens right away.
You don't got to talk about the whole movie. Did you like the movie?
No, I'm talking about the most. You're not gonna tell me what to tell, what to not to tell? I'll tell whatever thing I want to tell. Is he literally told me not to tell the whole movie? Is that what I heard?
I'm just asking you if you liked the movie or not.
I'll tell you I'll like the movie or not later. Be patient. You letting me to talk first, and then you just cut me off to tell. Capital, go off, Alice.
I wasn't trying to cut you off. I'll just be like.
You did. You literally let me talk first, and then you just tell me, did you like the movie or not? You
breaking down the whole movie like
I'm not breaking down the whole movie. I'm not breaking down the whole movie. I'm just telling whatever the memories I memorized, and that supports the movie. But again, you're not gonna tell me what to tell, what not to tell.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah, you literally did.
I wouldn't.
Even though I did break down the whole movie, that's what is this about. We're gonna break down the whole movie. Anyways.
Did you like the movie?
Yes, I did.
Let's talk about it then. Can we give a shout out to the cast while we're at it?
Absolutely.
First of all, we gotta give a shout out to Tita, played by Lumi Cavazos. Are you
pronouncing the name?
I don't know, but Cavazos.
If you're pronouncing the name not right, please correct us.
So Lumi also, I saw someone said she starred in Bottle Rocket, which is Wes Anderson's first film, which is great. Marco Leonardi played Pedro, so shout out to Marco Leonardi. Regina Torne played Mama Elena, and she was like the evil witch in every Disney film I've ever seen. That's who she was, and she was scaring the heck out of me.
Even though after she died.
And then Ada Carrasco played Nacha, and Mauro Ivan Martinez played Dr. John, and of course the sisters were played by Yareli Arizmendi played Rosaura, and Claudette
Do you know what you're talking about?
Played Gertrudis. Gertrudis.
You didn't pronounce it right.
I did. I pronounced it all right. So. It was very Cinderella-like, Denise.
Yes, Denise, you're right.
Very Cinderella-like. I'm just saying, let's get down to the movie and what you felt about the movie and what was going on. So yeah, you gave a good background, like what the movie's about. It takes place in Old Mexico, and it's in predominantly in Spanish, so there's a lot of subtitles. But also, it's about these daughters that live with their mom, and then they get. The father. Three daughters, and the
youngest one became a slave of the house.
I know. So the tradition of the movie is.
Dante was so happy. Like, Alice, you're a fuck.
No, she's the youngest daughter.
You're the youngest daughter, so you should be slave in the house. What are you doing in America?
No, that's the thing about it is when the father died, and so there's only the women in the house, and then one of the traditions in their family is the youngest daughter can't marry, has to take care of the mother until she dies.
Until she dies.
Wow. And I get it.
That's brutal.
I think Philippines has some things like that. It's like part of the Latino part of the culture. I'm not the youngest someone.
Then what's up with your sister?
She lives at home.
But she...
Huh? She lives at home.
Shout out to Ariana.
Shout out to my sister Ariana.
She's pissed.
Yeah, I look, the movie, okay, first, I want to say the movie was beautiful to watch. Just the scenery shot in Mexico. This timepiece is shot in 93, but it's supposed to be like 1903 or 1905 or something. It's beautiful. The costumes, the cinematography.
Lighting.
And then it's written, we're reading a lot of it.
The subtitles,
but the whole thing is
poetic.
Very poetic.
It's very poetic.
Even the title, can we talk about the title, like Water for Chocolate?
That's what I'm asking. Like, what is the chocolate part? Why can't they
we need to
just
discuss,
say...
when we bring it on, we need to find out what's going on with the...
Onion top of your head.
Well, yeah, but they're saying that helps you stop crying.
I always have a problem. Would you have a problem
crying
while you chopping onions?
Sometimes.
I always have that problems, and then
you gotta put that onion on top of your head.
No, my mom just told me just hold your nose. Don't smell it.
It's definitely,
it just helps a little bit, but I'm not sure why though, because it's this strong sense of smell that makes you cry.
The movie's so beautiful, but then also there's things in the movie I'm very, of course we're doing a lot of spoilers here, you guys, because hopefully you watch the movie. But, let's talk about my dude, Pedro.
The scene, break down the scene.
I'm not going to break down the scene. I'm going to say one of the things to unpack right now.
Are you going to go first? Okay.
Well, we can talk about it.
Okay.
One of the things to unpack is my dude, Pedro, who's in love with the youngest daughter, Tita, but he can't marry her because he goes and rolls up on the mom with his dad, like, hey, we're here to marry your daughter. And mom was like, nah, guess what? Not my family. Our family don't roll like that because, check it, she's the younger daughter and she's going to take care of me till I die. That's also a recipe. That's also a recipe to want to kill your mom, for sure. Like, if you paint someone in the corner, they're like, guess what? And this woman's cooking for you every day. I'm gonna poison this chick. She's dead. I gotta take care of you till you die. Well, then guess what?
You're gonna die right now.
You're gonna die tomorrow. So then my guy Pedro, my dude Pedro.
He married his
He's
sister.
like, the evil stepmom was like, well, you can marry my first daughter. She can marry her. You can't marry the little daughter. You gotta marry the first daughter.
Wait, hold on.
And he's like,
stepmother. It's actually
no, it's a stepmother.
mother.
I know, it's his real mother. You're right.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what? And then all of a sudden, he marries...
What's up with that middle finger? Yo, dude.
I don't know. He's just upset with us right now. So, and then he marries the oldest daughter, and his thing is like, yo, he tells his dad on the way out. His dad's like, well, don't you love the daughter? Where's your word at? What's going on? And then he's like, I'm only going to marry the sister so I can be closer to the one I'm actually in love with. Yo,
no, that's not how that works.
That's a bad plan. Strategy horrible.
That's the bad strategy.
What strategy is that? That's a horrible, horrible strategy. I don't know how. Okay, now I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, he played a long game.
I mean, maybe that's still how they raised and the tradition, back in the day, people not thinking clearly. Maybe everybody is a tunnel vision because of the tradition. I mean, not the tradition, because of the religion, the heavy evil side of the religion, though. Very extreme.
But then, check it. Then it kind of freaked me out. Not freaked, just kind of shook me in the movie when she goes and gets in the relationship with a doctor who ends up saving her life, Dr. John. Mm-hmm. And then
what's up, Uncle John?
Uncle John's in the house, and then Dr. John, she even admits to Dr. John cheating on her before that, because they got engaged to get married.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna, he takes off for a few days, and then Pedro come in.
Of course.
And they hit it.
That explosion.
Right, and there's explosions, all this surreal, magical surrealism, and it's beautiful and kind of cool. But then it's messed up too. But then the cool thing was she came.
It's not cool at all.
No, it's not cool at all. But I'm saying the cool thing was that she came and was honest about it. You know what I'm saying? And
that's the very interesting part. She could be just lying and just married to that.
Right, and then Dr. John was like, yo. He was like, let's talk about it. Let's get real with this. Do you still... And he's like, I will congratulate Pedro, and I'll make sure he's good by you, or I'll marry you.
I'll commend him.
Dr. John...
I will command him to treat you
Yeah, he
like,
came
treat you nice
100.
as you're supposed to be.
Dr.
Deserve
John
that.
came hot with the heat like a real dude.
In the beginning, you said Dr. John kind of looks creepy, and then
At first, he was kind of freaking me out because he was like
Freaking out.
kind of
He's
like
like
moving
a
in on the sick girl.
khaki smile.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, then he came legit, and I was like, wow, man, you know, she's gonna live a better life with Dr. John. And then they cut to the wedding, and then you find out she didn't marry Dr. John.
Everybody thought it's like
She didn't marry. Why didn't she
That's
stay
a
get with Dr.
transaction.
John? Dr.
It's
John
so
looked
sad.
real
Let's-
sad by the end of the movie. There's
Let's-
a language. There's a word in Tagalog in my language called kawawa, and that's what Dr. John looked like. Kawawa.
Okay, you done?
I'm done.
Okay, let me. It's no time for me to
Go for it. No, go.
All right, the movie is great. Movie is amazing. The shot, everything, the production value, but the story. I mean,
But the story is very. You're right.
It's very.
It's Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Which I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Very, very like symbolic way. And then there's the one Scripty didn't do the good job on the rose. Do you remember the one of the scene that Pedro bring this
And the roses.
roses in front of his wife, in front of the whole
He
family?
don't really care about that woman. He don't care about his wife. He was caring
Then
about
why are you married in the first place?
because he wanted to get closer.
I thought I'm the one
want to get
talking.
closer.
I thought I'm the one talking.
You are.
People hates me. This Alice is so evil. Yes, I am. Just kidding. So he brought that flower, pink flower though, and then when she started cooking, used that roses to bring the love in the food. That flower, that rose became red.
What are you trying to say? Continuity? Are you being continuity?
Continuity problems.
Why are you dropping the continuity?
Problems. Anyways, besides that, it's very like questioning all the scenes, all the events. Like, of course, it's a modern day right now, and the back in the days, early 19. And then some of the stuff I do not relate, but I do like kind of like feel that extreme religion thing. All right, bon appetit, I guess. So like extreme religion part. So it's like very like makes me like triggers me my bad memories, like how and back in the day, like women got treated like she
Back in the day?
belongs to. We're still, but in the back in the day, it's very obvious. Like your parents literally straight up on your face, like, hey, you don't have to go to college, just find a good man to marry and you will have a good life, or be good at the cooking, or be good at the cleaning, you'll be good at the how to take care of your husband, so you'll have a good life. Like something like that. Like I literally heard or overheard like my grandmothers or my aunties, like my uncles' wives, they literally like
Did they get forced to get married to somebody?
Yes, it's arranged marriage, man.
Still going on today?
Still, like, I mean, it's not still going on. They introduce to your people like you don't even know. But we're literally dodging top of the topic. But it's like that, treating women differently. Now we're trying to like slowly getting better, but somehow we're going backward in some point. Anyhow, the movie shows the strong woman, which is the sister, which is I love the most, the older sister.
The older one or the middle one?
I think it's the older one.
The redheaded one?
Redheaded.
Middle sister.
Middle sister.
I'm a middle child too.
Damn.
I'm also a middle child.
Nothing to do with you.
I'm a middle child.
Don't get the credit for the middle child part.
Why not? I'm a middle child.
But you didn't do nothing. Have you stand up for yourself?
Yeah.
For your family? No, you did
yes.
not. All right, we'll talk later privately. She's literally naked, showering, and in that she ran out from that shower. What is that room called in the back in the day?
That's called a shower back in the day.
Room.
Outhouse shower.
Like super.
That was a bucket.
Have you had a shower in that room? I have.
I haven't. I live in America.
Middle
child's in the house. Mary. Peyton, I guess.
Well, it's not the... Okay.
Middle child. Pop.
Sure. Yes. Since
What are you? What are you?
I'm youngest child.
Exactly. You gotta stay home, take care of your mom until she dies.
That's what she said. What's up with this guy? Why are you putting on the middle finger on our chat. Like, you have so much free time on your life.
Don't worry about the hostile middle child. What's up, 562?
And so I love her character. She is like, go for it. Like, I love this guy. I'm gonna go for it. And then there's rumors going on. Like, people thought she's become a prostitute. And that was the mom spreading.
That was mom spreading rumors about her own child.
That's not mom. That's another guy came to the house when mom got sick because she heard that rumor.
Oh, she did love
She didn't trust her own daughter.
But the sister was saying
that part makes me so angry. I literally want to smash something because in our culture, rumors is always like Uyghurs are like, I love my ethnicity. And another thing is I want to talk about it and bring it up attention is Uyghurs can't talk shit. Like,
are we talking about Uyghurs right now?
Like the tradition, like conservative part, like seriously. Like I'm pretty sure it's not only Uyghurs, all the culture obviously back in the day. But it's like that rumors, like talking shit behind people's back, like put them
Gertrudis left though. Gertrudis left when you leave.
And she left, and then look at her. She's a
living
commander.
Her best general.
She's a general. Okay.
General's a commander though.
General and commander. Like, I mean, back in the day.
Same thing to me.
Back in the day in the early 90s in Mexico, and that the woman commander, woman general, that's the highlighted point.
But you saw that the other women at the party talking shit too.
Of course, there's always. But the youngest daughter, she has the roughest life in her life, and then she fought for it. One more thing I want to like change the perspective and looking at
your youngest daughter.
Looking at the situation. What if the story tells perspective of older daughter?
The older daughter fucking up. Rosaura.
No. Let's talk. That's not her fault either. She's the one who doesn't want to get married.
No, I get it.
Her mom fed her. She's a rule follower. We saw a lot of older daughters rule follower in our lives.
She could be like, yo, you know what?
You know what I mean?
I know, but you could be like,
she's just a rule follower. She follows the rule, which is her mom told her so. She follows the rule. What if the whole movie, written, shooted, and told by older daughter's perspective? And your husband is sleeping with your younger sister.
I wouldn't do it. I have too much ego. I have too much ego.
Exactly. So it's
I would do it to follow the rules. I do it to follow.
I don't see this movie.
Mary said Rosaura could have stood up for her sister. Yes, or Rosaura could have flipped the game and just like, I'll marry him. Remember, but guess what? We live here. You can have him. I don't need him. I'm just gonna fuck mom. Fuck mom. You can have him.
Nobody can stand up like tell the fuck you mom. Nobody can say that in that time period.
And then why?
Older sister is traditional.
And the older sister couldn't do nothing. The older sister couldn't cook. You know what I'm saying? Like mom want the younger sister to cook for her.
Because older sister is the first child in the house. Also, older sister is like rule follower. She's always the. I mean, that's literally like I can't like.
Uncle John said you think the remake of this movie could include a scene at the hot pot restaurant? Yes. I think if you did this movie with Asians, you're definitely gonna end up at the hot pot restaurant.
Hot pot restaurant 100%. For sure. With a hot pot. No.
Well, look, that's us talking. We got a lot. We're gonna talk about it with you guys. There's so much stuff to talk about and so much to unpack in this movie. Do we have some VIP guests or?
Let me see.
Are you gonna eat that? I had tears. I had my tears up in here.
Why do you feel so angry? Did you just make it with your anger emotion? And you're angry, you're crying in the kitchen. Like Alice is making me food, like making me cook right now. Now I feel.
And then the end, okay, Moonchild. Pedro got the best of both worlds. I don't know, man. Pedro. At the end of the day, this movie's about torture. This movie's about tortured love.
Okay, Nicole, I got you. You're the last minute VIP. You're in.
Is Nicole the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, Nicole. Then we're gonna bring people in. All right. All right. What's up, Andrew Sapin? Shout out to Andrew Sapin.
Hi, Andrew.
I think we got it. Yo, all right, Nicole.
What's up, Nicole?
Talk to us.
Oh, hi.
Talk to us.
We're eating the tortilla chips with the avocado.
We got the walk. What's going on? Talk about the movie. Did you like the first time seeing the movie?
It was my first time, and I liked it.
Okay, you liked it. You liked it. You finally got a movie she likes.
Yeah, finally.
All right,
what do you like about it? Drop some knowledge on it.
I don't know. Maybe because I grew up Hispanic and I sort of noticed how society is, especially like patriarchy and like how they feel about women, and that sort of shows how they treat Tita.
It's messed up that patriarchy treats women like that, especially back in the day. And then it's also messed up even when the guys die, the women are still treating each other that way.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I sort of like how in the end, how Tita begins with how she has to follow the tradition. She sort of breaks the tradition.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. I think she's breaking tradition.
She breaks the tradition, and then she stood up for herself when she has a conversation with her older sister. Remember?
And it was a rough life, man.
Came up to her like, "Yo, because of you, my husband does not touch me." It's like, no, not because of me.
Because it was a bad situation. It was a bad situation. How many guys did you meet back then? How many guys did Rosaura meet back on the ranch?
5.
She ain't met nobody. Didn't meet nobody. So also Pedro here, and she's like, Pedro cute. Pedro cute. Other messed up thing is those banditos came over there and they raped and killed people.
That's bad.
That's
and nobody talks about it.
I know, and then the other girl who works there just went back to work smiling.
Let her talk.
I'm sorry, Nicole. What? Tell us your favorite scenes or moments in the movie.
Oh, what else?
It feels like she's like so emotional.
It's like I don't know. I was thinking of something, then you talked over, and I sort of forgot about it.
I'm sorry. No, tell us like what do you remember about the movies you really liked? Like any characters or like.
You were about to say like it's like how the culture, how the patriarchy treat the woman. It's like, do you still feel like when you go back to Mexico or like the old Titos, like old? I mean, I'm not specifically say older, like older generation, like that has that mindset. Do you see that?
Yeah, I have some family members that have that mindset.
Yes, I do. Me too.
Yeah, I like go on vacation. I have like that one uncle that makes. I sort of like brush off his comments.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's like also it was like Tita's the youngest. It's like I'm also the youngest sibling.
Oh, you are. So you're stuck at home. You're gonna be you have to take care of your mom till she's dead.
Are you youngest?
You're the youngest,
favorite. Nicole?
Well, you're the favorite. I know. It felt like Tita was not the favorite. It felt like Rosaura was definitely the favorite, and Tita had to learn how to cook real good and do what the hell mom says. And then there's that scene right there, bam. She slaps Tita in the face with a damn. At first, I thought she just slapped her, but she slapped her with a wooden spoon. Pop in the face.
Well, you got hit by wooden spoon too, though.
Yeah, on the butt, but not in the face. It was heck. It was crazy.
What else, Nicole?
What else, Nicole? What other scenes do you remember that really stood out to you?
I remember. I think you already said it about like Dr. John's like he's in love with Tita, but he chooses to let her go.
Right. I was kind of heartbroken over that. I thought Tita should have just rocked with.
Yeah.
Dr. John.
I thought she married him. Until the ending.
They didn't though. Pedro played that long 25-year game. So I'm gonna get you in 25 years. I'm gonna marry your sister. We're gonna wait for her to die. I don't ever want to be in a position where I'm waiting for someone to die in order to live my life.
Yeah.
And then not only that, he finally has sex with her free and can say, I openly love you, and then he dies. And then they gotta go set themselves on fire.
And another thing is I don't understand. Like I mean, of course, it doesn't make sense to us in the modern generation. But the thing is that, like the tradition. I mean, I grew up in a heavy Muslim culture, and of course, in Catholic, Christian, Jewish, all kinds of religion side. It's like very extreme. Gets extreme parts, and then like sex. Even though you're married, did you see the blanket part?
Yeah.
Married couple have a sex
through the blanket. That's old school.
Why
some people still do it today. That's old
nowadays
school.
Still do it.
Some people still do it.
I don't want to point out who and
it's a religious thing.
That's like
ridiculous.
That doesn't make sense. Like it's crazy.
Shame, personal shame. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
And also, I want to like change the point of view again. Like older sister. imagine that story, the movie is shot like told by older sister's perspective. Imagine your husband is falling in love, deeply falling in love with your own
Would
sister.
you marry older sister? Would you marry a guy that you know he's in love with someone else? For real? Exactly. That older sister story done.
But,
the end.
But
it's over.
But she did because the pressure, because of the culture.
And he's the only cute guy. He's the only cute guy that rode the ranch in the last 6 years. Like only one dude. That's why Gertrude had to get out of there butt naked, run into the woods. Nicole's like, what are you guys talking about? Okay, Nicole. Tell us also. You always have the good facts. Give us a few facts before we go on.
Facts we don't know.
Give us a few facts.
I wanted to see another favorite scene.
Oh, go.
When it was like when Tita's sister Rosaura says she wants to cook, and then it's like everyone almost like pukes.
Oh, I know.
Oh yes.
Yeah, nothing like a bad cook. No one wants that.
The food is very like symbolic in this movie.
Very symbolic.
It's like very. That's the one part. Like the director did a good job. Like
the one part did a lot of good parts.
A lot of part. One of the good job amongst others.
She just said the one thing.
I didn't say only one.
Okay.
The one of the part amongst others. Dante literally put me in the stuff.
I would never.
Food. The like Latino food.
It was amazing.
Amazing how they cook it. She made it like from the scratch.
Authentic from scratch.
Grinded.
And then they put the magic. What about the magic in the movie? Put the magic in the food.
Yeah, the food, magic. Food, sometimes when you eat someone like different culture food, you understand the culture. Why is that food is so this? Why is that food? Why is this why you guys eat a lot of soup? Like it tells a lot of story about this culture. So the food represented very well.
The food's a character in the movie.
And a lot of family events. Did you guys notice that? This movie, a whole, like everything happens in a big family event.
Right.
There's a lot of constant, non-stop, big family event. That means Latinos or Asians too. Like we always family event, family people, group of people, like always some events going on.
That mom slaps her daughter in the mouth with a wooden spoon. Pop, right before a family event. Yeah. That happens also.
All the dramas happens in family events too.
Okay.
Don't you think, Nicole?
What you say?
All the drama happens in the family events?
I think so.
You have a lot. Now, before we let you go, Nicole, I know you got the facts. Give us one or two lesser known facts about this movie.
One of the facts, you know how the story is like around 1900s?
Yeah.
Apparently the situation at that time, there was like a Mexican revolution.
Yeah, they talk about that a little bit in the movie.
Yeah. What you can see is like as they talk through the movie, we could see what's going on as like they set up Pedro and Rosaura. They wanted to go to Texas.
Right. Yeah, it's true. They do weave some kind of history in the back line of the movie, which is really also very cool.
That's all cultural revolution. I'm not gonna ask I'll ask it privately.
Okay, I don't know. All right, Nicole, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Nicole's our fact check girl.
Thank you so much for celebrating.
She's a fact check Nicole.
I love it.
I'm gonna give her a nickname since she gave me a nickname.
I think you're the one that let us know first off that it was Latino month, Hispanic Heritage Month. So
congratulations for that.
We're continuing to celebrate. We're continuing to celebrate. But we will hit you up. We'll let you know the movie for next week. And thank you so much, Nicole. Always great hanging out.
Thank you, Nicole.
All right.
Bye, fact check, Nicole.
Let's also bring in a few people. There's a few of us. People can talk about it.
If you watch the film,
hashtag Tita. And we're gonna try bringing 2 or 3 people at one time, and maybe we can all talk to each other.
Hashtag Tita.
If we're all nice, everyone's cool and nice. Let's see if we can get a few people in here. Okay, hold on a second.
I want to be nice and cool. Like some people getting aggressive in our chat, huh?
Sometimes, yeah. Let's just get some people. Hold on a second. Ready? And who viewing requests. Let me see. Tita, let's bring in a few. We're just gonna try to bring a few people in and see what happens.
Okay, don't bring the underage girl. We don't want to talk about a mature girl.
All right. What's up?
What's up?
How y'all
Hi.
doing? What's up?
Hey.
Nice.
Who's everybody? You guys are from Canada, right?
Yes.
Your names are?
Calgary. I'm Nicole. I'm Peyton.
Nice to see you guys again. And you
guys.
are?
Yeah.
I'm Kenzie.
Ken, where you calling from, Kenzie?
I'm from Arizona.
Shout out to Arizona. All right, let's all have a conversation about this movie. Who wants to start? Who wants to start?
So, okay, the first thing I wanted to tell you all is, like, you were talking about, like, the name and everything like that.
Yeah, like water for chocolate. Where does that come from?
Basically, it comes from a Spanish saying. I'm not going to try it because my abuela's spirit will come and smack me from the grave.
Okay.
I grew up with a very fun Mexican grandmother, and she's unfortunately passed away. But anyways, basically it means, like, emotion overflowing. So,
emotion overflowing.
Like water
Oh,
for
that's
chocolate basically means, like, your emotion is running over.
Okay, I love
Oh
that.
my God, that's a better title.
No, but I mean,
I think it's something lost in the translation.
I like the concept. Also, the rapper Common named his album Like Water for Chocolate also a few years later, which I love that album. And I don't 100% understand
Rapper, of course.
Like Water for Chocolate, but I think he'd like water for chocolate. It's like chocolate is so much better than water. Is that what they're saying?
Well, that's the thing, is, like, so the idea is the Dante, you are
I'm asking questions about life, Kenzie. I'm asking about, yo, Chuabuela, what's up? I'm just asking questions about life.
Welcome to my life.
Like, it's like it's dessert time. This is what I feel like water for chocolate. Like, I'm
Spanish?
We're talking about the serious relationship and emotions. You talking about the dessert time?
I'm trying to make sense of this saying.
Shut
Alice, I
quiet.
love you.
Kenzie, you talk.
Kenzie, it's dessert time, right? And I was like, damn, I want some dessert. And then I'm like, okay. And then you know what they give me? A cup of water. And I'm like, but I want chocolate. I can't have no water for chocolate. I want
Dante, hear me out, bud.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So it sounds better in Spanish because Spanish is such a beautiful language.
Very beautiful language.
And English is basically like we curb stomped everybody and then stole, like, spare verbs and everything from pockets.
Totally.
But anyways, so basically, like, the idea is just, like, like water for chocolate, like the emotion overflowing into something sustainable.
Oh, I see. I'm confused, but I like it.
You know what?
Not your fault, Kenzie. Not your fault. You're giving me more information about this title than I've ever had in my life. So
We were on Spanish dictionary, and, like, I'm just gonna read, like, for word what it says on this website. There's someone random. It says, in some Latin American countries, such as Mexico, hot chocolate is made not with milk but with water instead. Chocolate is usually melted over a pot of boiling water. The saying, like water for chocolate, alludes to this fact. It can be used as a metaphor for describing a state of intense feelings or sometimes sexual arousal. So I guess that links into kind of the overarching, like, thing of the movie, It's like the beginning. It starts with Tita's, feelings towards Pedro. Mm-hmm. And then it ends with, obviously, the boiling over.
Yeah.
The finale.
The Arturnus is, like, very much so, like, I love her so much.
And you're redheaded like her also.
Yeah, so redheads represent,
Fire Nation
also,
for sure. Fire Nation.
Nobody's.
Actually, fun fact, Dante, I do Shaolin Kung Fu, so I am most definitely a firebender.
There you go. See, shout out.
Anyways, but yeah, Arturnus, and then I was mentioning earlier about her writing two things at once, about, like, having sex on the back of a horse. Like,
damn. What were you writing about? I missed that in the chat. You writing about that?
I was.
Back in the
Arizona's talking about wild stuff in the chat.
So I ride horses, and I'm like, man, riding a horse is hard. I can't imagine having sex on the back of one. But props to anybody who decides to, because
props to Gertrude. That's why she became a general.
Yes.
She's a hardcore, though. I love her. I love her.
She's like Hefe. You know what I'm saying? She was a general. Now, Jose, okay, from Canada, girls, talk to us about the movie. What y'all like about the film? First time seeing the movie?
Yeah. We watched it on Friday night.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Had a few drinks.
Yeah.
Were y'all like, what
Yeah.
is this movie gonna be about? What is this movie gonna be about?
Why they
Yeah. No. Yeah.
explosion going
And what did
on?
you think? Tell me what your thoughts of the film was.
Go ahead.
I can't honestly. I really liked it. I don't
It's
know
great.
why.
It's a great film.
I thought it was.
We're not seeing black stuff.
I really
Everybody
enjoyed
said,
it. I
We're
thought it
seeing
was-
the hot fire stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the intensity of the emotions. I really liked it, and also the cooking. It made me so hungry while watching it. Like I was just salivating the whole time.
Okay, so the thing about the cooking is the fact that, like, basically every single pivotal scene that happened or event starts with a dish.
Yeah.
And that is such a Mexican culture thing about the fact that the food is such a central part of it.
I wanted to try those chili relleno with the pomegranate on top. I wanted to.
I want to
Yes.
I want to make
want
that
some of
too.
that.
All right, go.
Yeah.
But keep
Keep
going.
going.
So what else, Nicole? How is she feeling about that film? Or was it Nicole or yes?
Yeah, it's Nicole. But you pay me on. You go.
Oh, I was gonna say, okay, a scene that I really liked was, the quilt when Tita was like getting taken away to the doctors or whatever, and she had the huge quilt. It just kept going and going.
She
And
said every night she was knitting, and she got the black hole in her heart that she couldn't get warm, and it was like very.
Keep going.
I love that part too.
It can be like very cute animation, like CGI, Disney.
No, but I like the way they did it like that. But let me ask you, all y'all, what's going on? Is Pedro cool or not? Like, does Pedro?
No, absolutely not.
No.
Not valid.
Dante is so
No.
jealous about
I'm not
Pedro.
jealous of Pedro. I'm complaining
Pedro's
about
not even there.
well, he gets her at the end, and then they set themselves on fire. Like, what?
So,
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: is Tita deserved better than Pedro. I'm sorry she fell in love with him. Also, the actress who plays her is absolutely gorgeous, and my gay ass had a huge crush on her the entire time.
Well, that's one great thing they have. She's gorgeous. She grew on me. At first, I was like, I'm not feeling Tita 100 right now. But throughout the film, she like grew on me. Like, oh wow, she's really beautiful. And then I love how, like, especially when you go outside of America, they shoot sex and sensuality in a cool way. Like, they just shoot it like in a regular cool way. They don't make it weird and like over sexualized. Make it all this weird thing. They just make it like normal. It's like there's a little nudity, there's a little sex, but it's not like
it's a life.
Crazy music and make us all like
now
make it crazy. You know what I'm saying?
The
make
comment
it, like,
about women's breasts being like useless balls of dough until they have a man's touch. That I was like, that's a little weird.
It is weird, but if they were saying, or a woman's touch, they weren't really talking to the gay side of the world, but maybe both sides. You know.
Another thing is, speaking of the breasts.
Yes.
Tita, she didn't have a baby, but how she can breastfeeding?
I think.
How she's producing?
I read somewhere that anyone will
you
start
read about
lactating.
Milk?
Not read somewhere. You know what? I'll take it back. Meet the Fockers. Meet the Fockers. They were saying that anyone that has breasts could lactate, have babies.
No, when milk.
Look it up. Who has the Google?
So, Alice,
yes.
I have the answer to this.
Oh, go for it.
Go for it, please.
I'm sorry, I know a bunch of weird things about breasts, but anyways, shut up, Dante.
I didn't even say anything.
I think that thing is not gonna happen in LA.
I didn't even say anything.
If that thing wasn't gonna happen in LA, I was like,
I want to hear the breast fact. I want to hear the breast fact.
Of course you do, Dante.
Fake
Of course
breast.
you want to hear about
Can
breasts.
I hear the breast fact?
Why
Anyway.
a breast fact, Dante?
Now I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. Now I want to hear.
Anyways, so because lactating is a physiological response, typically from the attachment of a child. Because Tita had a connection to both children and a strong emotional connection to the father, technically speaking, it makes sense that she started lactating. I have a friend who fostered 2 boys, and she actually started lactating because of her emotional attachment to them. So it is very much so a thing, especially like people who have swollen mammary glands, who produce more milk naturally than others.
And I will have another question. If you emotionally attached to a pet, your pet, would you produce the milk too?
Pet? Jesus Christ! What are we talking about now?
I am not.
Why they produce milk?
What are we talking about now?
No, that's the question. We're learning.
You know, Alice,
this is the crazy Monday Cinema Club. This is the craziest Monday Cinema Club we've done in a long time. That's a crazy one.
That movie got us crazy. Let's get crazy, guys.
I am here for that question. I don't know. I mean, I think about the animals that I have, but I would never ever let them latch onto one of my titties. Like, that's just.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Kenzie.
So that means this narrow down this.
No, I don't want to narrow nothing down.
Like when you have emotionally attached to that baby, it has to be human. The baby, and
we don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
Okay. So from an evolutionary standpoint, it makes sense. Crazy.
We've lost
because like you have like the science side of like, well, if the mother can't produce milk, then someone else has to, and like the idea of another woman close by, or like another breast donor that produces milk, like doesn't have to be a woman. You know.
All right. Well, okay. So we got the breast. Thank you for the answers on that.
Back
to people like water for chocolate. Yeah, I see the homie Alexis Knapp in the house. What's going on? World Lioness, what's up? More Rad Beer. We're talking about like water for chocolate. This is Monday Cinema Club, and we just went on a breast fact aside, which is cool. Because it was in the movie. You guys, people haven't seen the movie. She's breastfeeding her
sister's child.
Her sister's child. What happens? Wet nurses. Now, this is a fascinating conversation, but what are your favorite moments in the movie? Who wants to go first?
Or least favorite.
Or least favorite. Most, like, memorable. Most favorite scene in the movie. Who wants to go first?
I actually like the scene where the mom hit Tita, just because it was like such a like, you can feel it kind of building up the whole time, right? And then she finally does it. And I like that that's what really makes Tita snap, right? Like, that's what kind of changes the trajectory of the movie. And so, like, I liked it a lot.
I loved it, too. It was definitely jarring. And I thought, I said it earlier, I thought she just slapped her with her hand. But then she had that wooden spoon and cracked her. Pop! She was like, what's popping? Don't be... She's an evil stepmom, or she's not a stepmom. It's like the Disney evil stepmom.
Dante wants to kill that
I
woman.
hated that woman.
Early in the game. When she's showering, even taking a bath.
I was like, kill her right now. You know, she was like
yelling,
in the bath.
Yeah, me too.
She had like hot iron. She had a hot iron. And I was like, pick up that hot ass iron and really let your mom know what's popping.
End it.
I mean, why you don't torture?
Kill your own mother.
Why would you make your daughter a slave? Why would you make your daughter a slave?
How could you, even though that hate brings you that anger, like that's your own mother.
I'm not gonna kill my mom. I would leave. I would do Gertrudis. I'm a middle child. Shout out to middle children. Guess what? When it's time to go, it's time to go. I'll come back with my whole army and whatever, party, dance, cut up the rug. Take the rug up and do my little do. She was getting down. She was like, she just come to party and eat and leave and come back again to party and eat later on. That's what she does.
She's like, it's this party, I show up and just beat a party.
And she was the one really just putting stuff down. Okay, anyone who else got a favorite scene in the movie?
I kind of liked it when she went up into the chicken pen or whatever and stayed up there for like a week, and then suddenly she was naked.
She was heckin' naked in like feathers and like birds and shit. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but it kind of showed how much she kind of lost it. Yeah.
She snapped.
She snapped. She really did.
For everybody out there that has kids, I hope you never push your children to a situation where they're just gonna snap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go up to
they went to the chicken coop, and then that's why I was feeling some type of way about the Dr. John at first, because I felt Dr. John was trying to take advantage of someone who snapped. But you look at the other perspective, you know, he did kind of bring her back to life, you know, help her. I love that one line that Gertrudis says to Tita, where she's like, well, the truth, you know.
Oh, that's my favorite scene. I was saving up.
What are you talking about? I'm gonna say.
Why you say it first?
Can I just say it?
That was
She's like, you know, when she's trying to say what the truth is, and the sister's like, what is the truth? The truth is there's no real truth. The truth could be.
Everybody has their own truth.
Yeah, the truth could be like, she's like, the truth is I slept with, you know, my sister's husband. And she goes, well, the other truth is your sister married someone. It's all truth. It's all truth. We can't like.
Depends on the one person. That's what I'm saying in the beginning.
You can't stand on like the truth.
Exactly.
There's no truth.
Exactly. Everybody has their own
truth.
Perspective.
Right, their own perspective.
Exactly.
So I like that scene. What about you?
That's my.
What about you, Kenzie? What scene did you like?
So there were a couple. One, obviously, Gertrudis on the back of the horse. I was just here for it.
And you keep going back to naked ass Gertrudis on that horse. Run through the damn field.
I love that horse.
I mean, if we see a naked redhead running around the city, y'all pick her ass up. Because she should be running around naked. You don't see no naked redhead who says, is that Kenzie?
Kenzie,
No, okay. So mainly because it was literally saying like fuck the patriarchy, fuck everything. I'm just gonna sling it up both ways.
And it was sexy, and the whole thing was a sexy situation.
Not even like sexy, like overly sexual.
Not overly sexy, just like
shot is so strong.
No, because it's sexy so because it is fuck the patriarchy, and she just
she literally run that. She
set that outhouse on fire.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, the other thing though is from like the Latina, you know, standpoint with me is the scenes where you saw the women who had passed come to Tita. You know, and you think about like the last scene. Nacha,
Nacha.
And like even like I think someone else's grandmother and stuff like that. And the thing is you know, that shows the power, and like the final scene where you see Tita standing over her, you know, niece and everything like that. And, you know, it shows that who we are as especially Latina women.
Right.
We come from who came before us.
No, I love that. I love the lineage and the connection of the women that kind of kept society, you know, kind of keeps the family and society together.
And the improvement, even the older sister, she has the youngest baby.
Right.
And she said she's holding the baby.
And then she's like, I'm going to break the tradition of this bullshit.
The youngest daughter.
Having to take care. It's a selfish act until you're the mother, like Rosaura, and they have that little baby. She's like, this one's going to take care of me until I die. This is how your kids plan and plot to kill you, you guys. When you do shit like that, then the kid comes about 12 is like, you know what? I'm going to kill my mom. I'm going to kill her.
Also,
go ahead.
The scene that made me so angry, though, was the scene where Chanta got assaulted for literally just being there. Like,
yeah. Bandito's out there being crazy. It makes you feel like that growing up at that era in time was a rough time to live, especially for women, but for everybody. But really,
1934. I think that was the year my grandmother was born too, and that was one of the years that was like super eventful. So like, I found that really connect. But yeah, basically the idea that like we're not just doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for everybody.
Right, the next generation
that came before us,
and then the people that came before us, and do it for the next generation coming in fruition here. But before I let you guys go, because our hour is almost up, I want to ask everybody one last question. What's up with Pedro at the end? What's up with Pedro at the end? What's up with her getting with Pedro? How y'all feel about this? Am I tripping or what? What the hell's going on?
What do you mean what the hell's going on? They had sex. Like, I don't know.
No, but like all of a sudden it cuts to the kid's wedding, and then all of a sudden this old ass Pedro with the mustache saying, I've been waiting 20 years to ask you to marry me again. I'm like, are you kidding me? She stayed? You're telling me Tita said no to Dr. John, said, Dr. John, no, I'm going to stick around here for 20 years with my sister.
Die.
And the guy I'm in love with sleeping in the same bed as my sister and raising their child. Is that cool or no? Is that cool or no? Anybody? Nicole, Kenzie, is that cool or no?
So my thing is with that is, one, in Mexican culture, you stay in the area that you were raised in. Like, if people move, they move like a block away.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
my culture too.
Yeah, he's still in his area.
My brother's right there.
His brother is literally down the street. And his mom lives in a like 20-minute drive.
None of them married some girl I love. That's be crazy.
But as far as like, I was rooting for them in the beginning, and at the end, I'm like,
by the end, were you still Team Pedro or no? That's what I want to know.
So by the end, I loved Dr. John because he was just. At first, I agree with you, Dante. He was creepy as hell.
Right.
Like, brushing her hair and stuff. I'm like, yo, get away from that man. That man is bad news.
But then he represented for her and was like 100, even when she came clean with everything.
Is he American?
Yeah, I was like, Nicole, what are you Team Pedro at the end or no? Team Pedro?
No, absolutely not. Yeah. He literally, throughout the whole movie, I was like, he's for the streets. Like, I can't believe he married the sister in the first place just to get close to Tita.
I mean, I get as a teenager, as you're 18, like, this is my plan. Like, bad plan, Pedro.
Yeah, it's a really fun plan.
His dad was even like, what are you doing? Like, and he was like, that's my plan.
Yeah, exactly.
I fault his dad. I fault his dad. His pops right then and there should have been like, no, son.
How do you
that's
feel
stupid.
about Pedro's
That's asking for a horrible life. Huh?
How do you feel about Pedro's death? With
Pedro's dad said he came out the meetings like, "Are you what's going on? Are you not a man of your word? How are you gonna marry the girl's sister? You say you're in love." He's like, "Well, this is my plan, Dad. Like, I'm gonna marry the sister so I could be next to the woman I love." And then that's when you got to look at your dumbass son who's just smoking too much weed. Like, yo, dude, that's a dumb one. I get where your heart's at, but that's a dumb strategy. That's not how you win chess.
Not only strategy. How come he get married and he stays with the
wife?
Mother-in-law and the wife?
Because they got a ranch. They need a man. They need a man in the ranch. That's back in the day. Hold on a second, Peyton. By the last question was at the end of the movie. Are you Team Pedro or not?
Oh, absolutely not. Never. Like, you can't go and marry the sister. And I think that's a good idea. And also, it's like, if you really loved her, you go off with her and you elope. Like, you don't marry the sister. Like,
that's
where's
what
the
she
logic?
said, kidnapping. But then all of a sudden, she's gonna do Romeo and Juliet and eat the matches and burn everybody to death.
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't.
Tita, why? Because I'm upset. Tita, go out there, live your life, leave Mexico, go to Europe, do something. Go to Canada. There's other places in the world. You don't gotta stay in the Rio Grande, wherever the hell you are. And there's other Pedros out there. You ain't gotta stay with Pedro's ass. You got consummated, and then he dies. That's fucked up. But then you put him in
what a way to go!
Quilt.
What a way to
They
go!
like, here's this quilt this 1,000,000-mile quilt that I'm gonna put on you now, and then I'm gonna eat some matches, and we're all gonna go up in flames.
Well, how's that?
No, I'll burn your ass, and I'll take off, and I'll do my own thing. Go to Europe. Go to France. Go to Paris. Do something.
Have a good life with the doctor.
I mean, doctor, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. He's a doctor making money.
You could have had a good life with a doctor, but maybe you need more than that. But
hold on 1 second. This doctor is he's a Latino.
He was mestizo. He was like half white, half Mexican. Yeah, people were going in and out of Spanish. I don't know.
Dante.
Yeah.
Pedro is a great moral for what happens when cis men think with their second head. You literally fuck yourself over. He's a young man that didn't have a lot of foresight. He's like,
but I like
he was thinking proximity.
Though. I'm gonna tell you why I like in the beginning.
About Pedro, because he's good looking.
No, he's not good looking. I mean, yeah,
he was good looking, dude.
But it's not.
He looked like he was in Manila.
He is. He's a little spicy. But in the beginning, he saw that girl.
I said we'd go
and he fall in love, and he ran out to the kitchen and back it, and he just like.
No, he came out. He came out the block. He said, "I'm in love with you."
With the poetic
he was great.
thing, and his dialogue is so poetic. It's like, I'm in love with you.
She said, "Can I think about it?" No time to think. Are you gonna
Would you
love me or not?
would you say you love me too? And she said, can I think about it? It's like, no.
No.
If you love someone, you just know immediately. Like this, that's the big
He started out hot.
bold move.
He started out hot.
I like that side of the Pedro,
when
but
you're
not in the
very young, many young men have bad plans. Bad plans.
Oh, you do have
and
a bad
one
plan.
bad plan is let me just marry the sister to be in the same proximity. I mean, I get where he was going, but then now you gotta like just switch it up when you're there. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to like. Peyton's like out. Is it Peyton? You guys, Nicole, you at work right now?
Yeah, you guys are at work right now.
Is that at work?
No, we're in our university library.
Tell them you got the room for a little while longer. We rented the room for a little while longer.
We did.
God damn it, we're on IG Live.
I know there's some people
It double booked
now. Like,
I got 2 people at the same time.
Ask them if they watched the movie Like Water for Chocolate.
Like Water for Chocolate. If they say yes,
have them jump in and be like, are you or are you not Team Pedro by the third act of the movie or not? Like, what's going on? Okay, I just want to get to the bottom of it because it was confusing me, and I felt the end of it let me down because I wished that she went to Paris and found Francois.
Oh, that's
and
just
did
a happy
something
ending, a romantic Hollywood.
I don't want her to eat matches and die with Pedro's ass.
Because that's not Hollywood, typical Hollywood movie.
Yeah,
that's the reality. Like,
the thing is,
it's a hard
Tita,
reality.
like, don't die with a man, like, especially as pathetic as Pedro like that. Nah, you deserve better, girl. Like,
you deserve better. Don't eat no matches and spontaneously combust and burn the whole shit down.
They also gave that big misdirect near the end. Like, it was where, like, she didn't answer Pedro's question, or not Pedro, John's question or whatever. Like, oh, like, will you marry me? And then, like, it goes to, like, the wedding, and you're just hoping, right? You're
Like, they got married.
I thought that was them for a second. I was like, is
so
that
happy to see if you married the doctor, you have a so much better wedding.
No.
And it's so great. Like,
But
that's how their life should be.
But no.
Wow. Anyways, I mean, a lot of people make like
all right.
Love conquer the whole emotion.
Okay, so we're gonna do one more. Well, you guys are here. We went over an hour, but we're gonna do one more movie to celebrate Latino Heritage Month, and we're gonna do something young for the younger crowd out there because I know Avatar Girl didn't get to watch this film, and you should have Avatar Girl because you're young.
You're young, and we don't want to get
sexuality.
trouble.
But we're gonna watch Coco. Coco, you guys.
Oh, yeah. I love Coco.
Remember me. Da-ra-ra-ra-ra. Okay, I remember.
So we're gonna watch Coco next week. You guys, it's such a pleasure to hang out and talk to you guys, and everyone out there. Thank you for joining us in the conversation.
Thank you for joining with us.
And joining us for Monday Cinema Club. We're getting more people in. I like this with the round robin conversation.
Alex, Dante, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. And honestly, the fact that I can say I had a conversation with the Dante Bosco about tits and heard it in Zuko's voice, honestly, it's just absolutely amazing.
It was about breast facts. Breast facts. All right.
No, it's funny because my mom texts me every time I go on live. She's like, "Oh, Dante again." I'm like, "Yeah, Mom."
What? I tell your mom I said hi.
Dante,
She'll be happy to hear that. So
can I give you one more breast fact?
Go, give it to me. It's breast fact time. Let's go. So,
human beings are the only mammals whose mammary glands stay permanently swollen. Every other mammal's mammary glands deflate if they are not nursing or lactating. So that means if that wasn't the case, then people who have bodies to create breast would have chimpanzee chest, which so
She has a really good point, though.
I guess
But I do want to do fact check.
I like. You know what? I'm gonna take it for fact right now. I'm gonna quote you to somebody later on. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Have a great week. We'll see you guys next week. Coco.
Thank you.
Like Water for Chocolate. Bye,
Next
guys.
week we're gonna do Coco. Bye.